All right, everybody, welcome to Kitanomaru Park. This is just across from Yasukuni Shrine. The train station is Kudanshita on the Toei Shinjuku line. It's one of the more popular spots. You can tell because of all the people. It's one reason I don't like coming to Tokyo, staying in Tokyo for the cherry blossoms, but I live here, so I don't really have much of a choice. One thing that is so admirable about this particular place is what is not here, where you can get a nice view of the boats, but across the moat is Chidorigafuchi. Check this out. That is Chidorigafuchi. That is a walkway from the Indian Embassy going to the British Embassy. I don't know, maybe we're gonna go check this out. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do that. I was up pretty late editing a video, so I'm kind of happy to get out here with the blue skies, take a break from sitting behind a computer for quite a long time. But we are now, right now, this is full bloom. So this is what Tokyo looks like at full bloom. What is great about having the full bloom and so many trees, especially the Somei Yoshino trees? What's great about it, see, the problem is the microphone is right here and this one's broken or not working right now, so we'll try to fix that for the next one. But when you look at the trees here, the Somei Yoshino trees is a white blossom. There's maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred varieties of cherry blossoms. So when you say cherry blossom, people are usually referring to this one. And you can see behind me, it looks like it's snowed, right? The one thing that's so beautiful about the Somei Yoshino, it's got this feeling of snow on it, and the bark of the tree is quite dark, so the contrast is just stunning. But from this moat here, you can see the people renting boats. The boat rental is on the other side, so it's kind of you gotta walk down Chidorigafuchi and then over to the other side. But most people who rent the boats end up chilling right here in the dead end of the moat near the Kitanomaru Park Bridge. So let's check out the boat riders here. One of the reasons in 720p is because the signal is strong here, but it's not strong over there. So I'd rather you guys be able to see in 720p, which isn't too bad, than nothing at all in HD in certain spots. It just cuts out. So, hey, you're here with me live right this very second, so that's a very good thing. All right, let's walk over towards well, we can actually cut across the street to Yasukuni Shrine in a little bit. There's not a lot to see from this point, but for cherry blossoms, you would walk this direction along the moat. The moat is really beautiful, and I think that it's part of the Imperial Palace that's going around it. And since the Edo period, they've had beautiful Somei Yoshino trees here, Sakura trees. But the Somei Yoshino isn't actually as famous historically as we would think. Apparently, the history of the Somei Yoshino goes back to a station on the Yamanote line, Komagome, I think it is, and you can see that's where the government started to plant Somei Yoshino, and they decided that would be the variety that would proliferate across the country. And the first Somei Yoshino, I guess, the plantings were over there at Komagome, I believe. So that's kind of a little footnote. So Japan, historically, when you see the video games, I don't know if it actually looked like that all over the place. They had beautiful Sakura trees, but maybe not like that, where it was just covered on the riversides and things like this. I'm not sure, but it wasn't a Somei Yoshino tree. Probably more like the Kawazu Sakura or something like that. Right, the Budokan is just across the street. It's in fact, here, let me show you on the map. You can see the Budokan is where they held the judo competitions in the 1968-64 Tokyo Olympics. It's also where you see a lot of really good concerts. I saw Eric Clapton play inside the Budokan. I saw Chris Pepler's manager there too. He's one of the navigator of the Tokyo Ice Show on NHK I was on. It's like, hey, what are you doing here? He's like, hey, what are you doing here? Then we just parted ways. But it's a beautiful park. There's Chidorigafuchi here along the moat. You can see the embassy looking down into that. But it's the moat around the Imperial Palace is one of the most spectacular places to see the cherry blossoms, because you have those imperial castle looking gates and moats, and those really strike well with the cherry blossoms. You can see they are really lined up with people. Last time I tried to do this, the signal was just so bad because, well, there's just too many people. There's a lot of people using the cell phone services right now. Look at all the people trying to get photos. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're trying to snap the Chidorigafuchi. We're gonna get a picture from over here too, but you can see it's just so popular. This is why you don't feel like connection with nature. There's the sound in the air, ambulance, cars, traffic. There's people with megaphones directing traffic because there's too many people. And the result of it is that you kind of lose that connection with nature. There is no replacement for going to a place. I know Nara has Yoshino, Mount Yoshino, which is really, really stunning place. I've been there a couple of times to see the blossoms. But even there, they've got so many people. It's a popular place. You don't have that connection with nature. All right, let me show you. There's the reality. Yeah, I'm glad that we got a pretty good zoom lens here. Hey, Brandania, it'll be nice to see you soon here in Japan again. Oh, by the way, Brandania, you know about this, but I actually we booked a trip to Guam. So if you live in Guam, we're gonna try to do a meetup in the middle of May. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I've never been to Guam. I've been dying to go there. I know we've got a ton of viewers in Guam, so I'm looking forward to meeting you. We'll be, of course, staying near Tumon Bay because it's our first time in Guam. But yeah, reach out if you'd like to say hi. Oh my, you can see the blossoms are already starting to fall. Oh, hello. It's nice. You can see, did you see the petals? They're all kind of just blowing off of the tree there. So I'm not sure if we're going to... This is the Chidorigafuchi walkway. I'm not sure if I can get down here. But I just want to give you a feeling of what it's like. It's crazy. They look much better than last year. You know, I think we timed the blossoms really good this year. We had rain the last 72 hours and really cold weather. So the cold weather stopped the blossoms. They were going to open anyways, but just slowed them down just a little bit. And I was worried that we had reached the mankai, or the peak of the cherry blossoms, too quickly. But it looks like that didn't happen. A lot of them stayed on there, and we have this one day. Sometimes it boils down to one day, and this is it. Hey, Rainer, how you doing? Because I think tomorrow the wind and the rain and the clouds are going to be coming back in the afternoon, so we might have tomorrow morning. But this is the day. Look at the sky. Those cherry blossoms are just so delicate. Thank you, Sir Shum. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I probably will take a day off, but that doesn't mean I can't stop for 20 to 30 minutes and just sort of share. The cool thing about this is I can take you guys in my pocket with this camera, and just for maybe 15-20 minutes or so I could share a little mini adventure. I think that's important. It's also sort of what I do. I still think that the main channel, and by the way, this episode was released about 4 hours ago, so maybe you want to go check this out. This is the world's fastest elevator. I got a chance to interview the development manager and go to the Mito elevator manufacturing plant for Hitachi and talk with the team who developed that world's fastest elevator. And I got a chance to see how they did it, go take a look at some of the new elevator technology and compare this with other elevators. And I found out that it was something of a speed war, and it's kind of an interesting story. I don't think anybody's done anything like this before, but if you haven't already, maybe go check this out on YouTube. It's on my main channel where I put edited videos on there. It's doing quite well, actually. It's doing pretty well. Here's the opening. You can see here, I'm pretty passionate. Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where are you from? Oh, wonderful. I have a good time. So there you go. That was a nice lady from the Philippines. She caught me before. I guess if you see a guy walking around with a stick with this voice, it's pretty easy to notice. All right, let's climb the steps here. So next I want to try to go to another area today. I thought I would do 2 streams today. What do you guys think in the chat? Where's another place I should go? Maybe Ueno, maybe Shibuya. I don't think Shinjuku Gyoen would be possible. It's kind of crowded and it closes soon. Last entry is I think 3:30. There's a couple of other places that are nearby. I don't want to go to the Meguro River. I'm just not a fan of there. It's just too crowded and you start to lose a lot of the, I don't know, I don't really have a good connection with the Nakameguro area. It feels like, I don't know, it's too crowded. This is not too bad. Inokashira Park may be a little bit too far. That's a different variety. I think that's, I don't know what that one is. There's just so many varieties. That's not in Kawazu Sakura. Those are finished. But it certainly is more striking than the Somei Yoshino because of the colors. Yeah, I wanted to do the night stream, but it was raining and cold every single night. It was just miserable. There's no way I was going to go out in that. And I had a lot of other work to do. The weather's the last 72 hours just was not good for doing any kind of video live streaming outside. And maybe that's why the mic's not working too good because of the rain the last 72 hours. I knew I got water in this on this phone, even though it's waterproof. All right, this is a good place to end this particular live stream before I move on to another place. Let's go up one more time and see how the moat looks from Kitanomaru Park. I like to come here every single year, at least just to check it out. But usually I'm too excited about the cherry blossoms and I come here too early. I get so excited, like, what? It's only 20% here? It's get a little frustrated. But this is the first time in a long time that I'm here at full bloom. And Satrio, there's the Budokan right there. That's why it seems closer, because I have the stabilization on inside for the camera software too. I got to turn that off. So there's a lot of things that I figured I figured out I could have done better with this live stream. All right, let's look on the other side here towards the Showa Museum. Not as many people here because it's not connected with the boats or anything. Not as many cherry blossoms, but at night it's still illuminated on the right side here. So that street light, when it turns on at 6 o'clock, will illuminate some of the cherry blossoms, but you know I like to bring my own light. Alright, that's not bad. I like it. Alright, Kitanomaru Park done. Off of the check mark. Chidorigafuchi kind of done. So I might go do a quick walk through Chidorigafuchi, and I think I'll probably go to Ueno. I'm not sure yet, but I'll do another live stream, I think in about 45 minutes from now. So see you then. Mata ne.